We're making lasagna, and this is one damn fine, meaty, cheesy, saucy, delicious version. You asked, and we answered. Sam, please make lasagna. Can you make lasagna? Bro, can you make lasagna? Is there a chance you can make us lasagna? We'd like to see a lasagna. You're getting lasagna. Now, look, I think if in general I'm known for anything, well, apart from being charming, it's that the recipes are generally pretty easy. So lasagna is not complicated once you have everything together. We're gonna make a Bolognese, which is a meat sauce. You could just throw together a couple things and it would be okay. But I'm gonna show you a proper, legitimate Bolognese that you can use for a lot of things, including this lasagna. Oops. Including this lasagna that will take it over the top. You good with that? I think you're good with that. Let's go. We start with some oil in our pan, and then we add diced onion, diced carrot, and diced celery. A little stir. And we give that about 4 or 5 minutes to soften. And after 5 minutes, we make a little space in the middle. We add some garlic, touch of oil, and after about 30, 45 seconds, when you can really smell it, we mix it in. Everything is getting so much better. Then we add a pound of ground beef. And your only goal at this point is to break it up, mix it in, and let it cook until it's no longer pink. And by the way, if you don't have a good garlic press, the xylus. The cloves go in whole with the paper. The pulp squeezes out, the paper stays behind. It's genius. And this is, I've said before, I think it's 15, 17, maybe 20 years old. It's the best. We'll put a link in the description below. See, I got that. I didn't know what to call it before. Now I know it's called the description. There's also a link down there for things that I like to use in general. The wok that people ask about is there, the garlic press, a bunch of other random stuff that I think will make your food world better. Just saying. Look, I'm no Julia Child, but just saying. And when you've gotten to a point where most of the pink is gone from the meats, we're gonna add our next flavor boost, some vermouth. And we add a half a cup that looks like that. We mix, and then we wait for most of the liquid to go away. So the smell is amazing at this point. And I'll say this, there are definitely a handful of ingredients to making this Bolognese. Certainly more than my normal stuff, which I've already said. But it's f***ing worth it. It is so worth it because our super ghetto, do you want to show that? Our super ghetto light thing is...
I didn't want to show it.
Look, we have a problem with light, so we do the best we can. Once you have this Bolognese made, of course you can make the lasagna we're making, or just freeze it and have it for a pasta or for anything that you want it for. It's the best. It's the best. You could just put the finished Bolognese in a little pan, warm it up to a simmer, then crack some eggs on top, put a lid on, and make like a Italian version of shakshuka. By the way, we should make, which is like Israeli eggs baked in a pan with sauce underneath. It's fantastic. Fantastic. And when most of the vermouth has evaporated, we put in crushed tomatoes, beef stock, tomato paste. We mix. Yum. Honestly, at this point, I'd be so happy just to eat this. But time is your friend here, ladies and gentlemen. The fact that we're gonna let this cook slowly is gonna make it so much better. And once everything is mixed, we throw in a bay leaf, boom. And then the last three things for now, 2 teaspoons of dried oregano, teaspoon of red pepper flakes, and 3 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar. Then mix. Oh my goodness. We bring it to a simmer and we leave it at a low simmer for about an hour. Trust me, you want to be patient because the flavors will just get so much better. But now we move on to the cheese layer. And as amazing as this Bolognese sauce is going to be for lasagna, the cheese layer might be my favorite layer because it's 3 cheeses in our bowl. We start with about 1.5 cups of cottage cheese. And before you go, oh, gross, my mom used to make me eat cottage cheese, it's freaking disgusting. Yes, it might be warm in your backyard in the summer when your mother makes you eat it for some unknown reason. But in this, it just adds an amazing taste. You have to trust me. If you've trusted me up to now, trust me with this. Promise? Pinky swear? All right. Next, ricotta. And an equal amount of ricotta, just like that. Then, about 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1/4 teaspoon of red pepper flake, 1.5 tablespoons of olive oil, 1/2 cup of shredded Parmesan cheese, and we mix. Perfect. Okay, so we're waiting for this to finish its simmering, and by the way, that would give you the most lovely Bolognese facial you've ever had. I'm sure your skin would be glowing by the time it's done. But that takes an hour. This is ready. There's another 2 steps. It's not a big deal once that's done. And after about an hour of simmering slowly, look how gorgeously rich and delicious this has gotten. It's tremendous. Flavors have deepened exactly the way we want them to. So we're going to take out the bay leaf, add one thing, and that is a cup of milk. What? A cup of milk? What could that do? Oh, guess what, my friends? It will make this luxurious. That doesn't make sense. It'll make it great. Just trust me. So this now gets another 45 minutes of simmering, and then the lasagna can be built. So the milk's been in for about 45 minutes. Come take a look how much this is thickened and richened and become amazing. And look at it. Almost no moisture, just gorgeousness. Just gorgeousness. It's a carrot, it's a beef, the tomatoes. Incredible. The layers of flavor this Bolognese will provide are simply outrageous. So of course there's going to be this Bolognese layer. Of course there's going to be the ricotta. Of course there's going to be the ricotta. The f*** is it called? It's that called cottage cheese. Of course there's going to be the ricotta cottage cheese garlic Parmesan layer. But I want to add just a little pop of color inside. It's going to be spinach. And I know people right now, they're going, spinach is f***ing gross. It's not, man. I'm not trying to shoehorn vegetables into this. I'm trying to put flavor in for you. And if you get a vegetable or two out of the way, what's the harm in that? So I'm going to take a pan, put on the heat, a little olive oil, and then a couple of giant ass handfuls of spinach. That's a one big ass handful, and now there's 2. And literally over the next 3 minutes, this will go from this to almost nothing. You just have to turn it, be gentle, and let it do its thing. And by the way, I could have done this 10 minutes ago, I could have done this 10 hours ago. All I need is the cooked, sauteed, shrunk spinach. It's already shrinking. We add a little salt and pepper, and after a couple minutes, you end up with this. Let's build. What the hell was that? We'll start with a couple ladles of this amazing Bolognese. in the bottom of the pan and spread it out. To that, we add our lasagna noodles, and these are the oven-ready noodles that do not need to be pre-boiled. Saving a huge step, and I love these guys. Next, we're gonna hit the noodles with some of our ricotta, cottage cheese, Parmesan mixture. Hey, stay in place. Everybody gets nicely covered. And then some cheese, and we're using grated mozzarella, just a really nice amount. And by really nice, I guess I mean like a really decent, beautiful handful. Now we come in with our spinach. And we're just doing one layer of spinach. So spread it out as best you can. If it's not perfect, it's okay. A little intermittent pop of color in between the f***ing helicopter noises above us will be perfect. Beautiful. Now we come back with more of the sauce. Spread that out. Anyone have any idea how good this is going to be? Another layer of noodles. And then the cheese mix. Spread out. The mozzarella. The last of the Bolognese. And this is not an important spreading. This is going to just be color that's going to come out in between the final layer of cheese, which will be not mozzarella, but some Parmesan. And ladies and gentlemen, we're there. Throw in the oven. In the oven, 350, about a half an hour, until it's gorgeously goldeny brown in spots and bubbly. You know what lasagna cooked should look like. I mean, everything is cooked inside except the noodles, and they'll take care of themselves. So when it's done, it's go time. And after 30-ish minutes, look at that. Oh my goodness. But we need to let it cool for 10 minutes or so before we cut it. And we cut. Oh. This is gonna be crazy, I think. Look, if I let it sit for, 20 more minutes, the layers would be super evident because it would be cool and it wouldn't be melting into itself. But the fact that it's melting into itself, this Bolognese layer, the cottage cheese, ricotta, Parmesan, the spinach that's down in here. Oh my gosh. And by the way, check this out, the noodles. Perfect, perfect. Forget the ones you have to boil. The no boil are the way to go. They're gorgeous. Oh my God. It's creamy, it's luxurious. That Bolognese is amazing. The noodles are fantastic. And that spinach in there quick before the gardeners start up again is absolutely tremendous. So speaking over the hum of the gardeners, I'll say thank you for being here. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for liking. Thanks for commenting. This is because a bunch of you said, make lasagna. Well, you got lasagna and an amazing Bolognese at the same time. Why? Because we're here for you. That's why. You should have a bite. No, you should come here. People think Max never eats. They think I'm a dick. I eat all the food. I don't give them anything. Here's proof. Look at the people. Let them see you. This is probably his first meal in a week. I'm only kidding. It's
Asshole. He's an asshole.